Hi, how y'all doing? I'm going to talk to you today why you should buy your children property, even if they are grown, especially if they are grown. Now, there's a sunbeam coming through, y'all, smack dab in the middle of winter, y'all. That's good. That's a good thing. But why you should buy your children property, even if they are grown, especially if they are grown. Now, I've studied the homeless situation. What is a common thread in most of the situations? No family, no money, no shelter. Now, I know there are other extraneous situations. There's alcoholism, drug abuse. I know that. But I'm looking at these three primary causes, what I think is the causes of homelessness. No family, no money, no shelter. Now, family is generally unreliable, so I think for the most part you have to dismiss family anyway. Um, they're not reliable, kind of flaky anyway, conniving, whatever. But I think you kind of have to dismiss family. So there's no family, no money, no shelter. Okay. Now let's look at the age group between ages 13 and 30. Now some of them are coming from the foster care system. They are released, I think, at age 17 or 18 out of the foster care system. And they're released and they don't even know anything about money. Nobody in the foster care system has taught them about money. Nobody has taught them how to save money, how to earn money. Nobody in the foster care system has taught them how to buy property. So they're in this age group from ages 13 to 30, and they're homeless because they don't know how to buy property. And like I said, they don't have family because they are in the foster care system in the first place. They have no money because nobody has taught them how to earn it. Nobody has taught them how to save it. Uh, Therefore, they are in the shelter system, and nobody has taught them how to buy property. Okay, nobody. Um, and sometimes this age group is they don't have family and they just lost their low-paying job. Sometimes that is an issue. Okay, now look at the 30 to 50 age group. This is kind of like the working class. Everybody's working at that age. They became homeless. Okay, you can kind of dismiss family, their family, no money, no shelter because they lost their reasonably high paying job. Their problem is that they did not aggressively save their money, which they should have. And they should have paid their house off because if you don't pay your house off and get that title deed to the property, then the bank owns it. Okay, you don't own anything. Uh, Excuse me. Some people, if they're making 100 grand a year, if they're making 100 grand a year, they will go out and buy a $370,000 home, which is ridiculous. So they got this huge mortgage. When what they should have done, if they're making that much money a year, they should have bought a house and paid cash for it. No mortgage. Okay, because there is an opportunity for them to lose their job. Okay, now people in this age group, like I said, they are the working people. They should have aggressively saved their money. In fact, I would recommend this particular age group. Actually, I would say from 21 to 50, but okay, let's say 30 to 50. They have this student loan debt, a lot of it. Okay, I used to have a student loan debt. Okay, and but what they really should do is pay off that student loan before they even buy a house. Don't even buy a house until you pay off that student loan because if you default on that student loan, um, that can really ruin your credit. So I recommend if you have any student loan, do not buy a house until you pay that off. Until you get the letter from the student loan company that says this is paid in full. Okay, I wouldn't even buy a house until you do that. Um, I, you know, I would recommend that you, before you buy a house, you would also pay off all of your credit cards. You don't really need a credit card nowadays except to travel. You have and to order things online. That's all you really need a credit card for. Okay, you otherwise don't need a credit card. Okay, I mean, surely you're not stupid enough to charge, a $60 CD player on a credit card. Surely you're not that stupid. Okay, so basically you just need a credit card for traveling. That's basically all you need it for. But this particular age group, 30 to 50, should have aggressively saved the money. Should not have a big mortgage. They should have paid off the mortgage. They should have paid cash for the mortgage, frankly. Because look, you know, why are you buying a $365,000 house with this a huge mortgage? Why are you doing that? Okay, this huge, huge mortgage. Okay, and you cannot really depend on the job because there is an opportunity for you to lose that job. Okay, it happens all the time. Now, the age group between 50 and 60, they have no family, check, but they do have money. Okay, they have either a social security check or a disability check, usually. Okay, and they have no shelter because they have not educated themselves about money either. Okay, so what this group should do is, first of all, educate themselves about money. Secondly, save as much of that check as they possibly can and go buy some property. Now, there's certain cities where you're not going to find a $200 abandoned property. You're not going to find it in San Diego. You're not going to find it in Nevada. You're not going to find it in Maine. But you might find a $200 home in the outskirts of Detroit, the outskirts of Chicago, and places in Ohio. You may find that. Okay. But this particular age group, 50 to 60, has not bothered to educate themselves about money, and they have not saved money aggressively because, well, of course, they don't have family because family will say, look, you have a property, a 1 acre lot in Wisconsin, so you can just go live off of that. You don't have to go to the shelter system. And this group between the ages of 30 and 50, if their parents have said, look, you don't have to live in a tent city in Silicon Valley. Okay, I have an acre of land that I bought for you years ago. It's in Austin, Texas. You and your family go live on that acre. It is yours. Okay, you can either put a tent on it or build your own house or uh, build your own house or put a trailer on it. It's yours. Okay, so that would eliminate that group from going into the shelter system. In fact, if all of these age groups from ages 18 and up, if all of them had a lot, if all of them had a bed and have something, that would eliminate them going to a shelter. So I think that all of us, we all need to buy our children, even if they are grown, especially if they are grown, buy them a lot somewhere with their name on it. So they will not get into this situation with the shelter system. Now, some of these, let's look at the teenagers for a minute. The teenagers will say, well, look, my mother hasn't saved me $200. I don't even have $200 in the bank. They're not thinking about property. It shouldn't be anyway. The teenagers will say, I don't even have $200 in the bank, so I'm going to go to the streets and I'm going to make $200 a day. And actually, that is a minuscule amount. It's more like $1,000 a day, truthfully. So the teenager's going to say, look, I can make $1,000 a day. My mother hasn't saved me $200 in the bank. I don't even have it. So I'm going to go out in the street and make $1,000 a day. Okay, that's what they do. One teenager, he was under 18. He was hustling. And so his mother made a peculiar statement. She said, he bought me this house. A teenager can't buy anything, okay? Now, that's a peculiar statement. But what is she really saying? She's saying, she gave her teenage son, permission to go out there and hustle drugs so she could buy this house or have a big enough down payment enough to buy a house in this new development because, the article said she was in a new development. So her teenage son was hustling enough drugs so that she could either have a big down payment to get that house in the new development, or she could just pay cash for the house in the new development. Well, guess what? because she made a peculiar statement. She said, my son bought me this house. But you know what? Her son was gunned down. It cost him his life. And then there was another mother. She had a 30-something-year-old son. He'd already been arrested previously for distribution and cocaine and stuff. And so he was out of prison. He was still hustling drugs. And so he got shot multiple times. No way he was going to survive that. And so the mother's hiding out in a small town while he's hustling drugs at night. Okay. And it cost him his life too. You know, she's hiding out in a small town because she thinks, well, the police won't catch me. Okay. Her son is in the big city hustling drugs, and she's hiding out in a small town because she thinks the police aren't going to find her there. Okay, so her 30-something-year-old son gets gunned down, shot multiple times, no way to survive that. Okay. And you know, I see it all the time, even among the people I grew up with. You know, it has shocked me who's really hustling drugs. I mean, this particular family, they don't even remotely seem like they street people, but you know, they hustle drugs and stuff, and they all got the let's see, products from hustling drugs. They got houses, cars, expensive furniture from hustling drugs and stuff like that, whatever they're doing. Okay, so this is a new year, so this is not a good time to be a stupid parent. I'm suggesting that you, number one, save money for your children. And when your children are grown, tell them not to spend it. Tell them to add to that money. I'm suggesting that you, as a parent, buy your child a lot. Buy it for them so that they will not get into the shelter system, so that they will not ever be homeless. Ever. Buy your child a lot. 100 by 100 lot. An acre of land, so you can tell that child, if he's 32 years old and he just lost his job at Silicon Valley, you can tell them, well, look, you have an acre of land in Wisconsin. Why don't you go there and live? Why don't you take your family there and live? You can either build a house, put a trailer on it or something, but you don't have to get into the shelter system. Okay, so that's why a parent should always buy their children property, because no matter how old they get, you see people in their 60s and 70s that are homeless. Why? Because that would eliminate the whole homeless problem. You don't want your son or daughter, if you're 80 years old and your son or daughter is 60 and they are wanderers, they don't have a job and they're just wandering. You can say, well, look, you don't have to wander. I got an acre, or you have an acre. You got 100 by 100 lot in Greensboro, North Carolina. So you don't have to go to the shelter system. Just go to this lot and it's yours. So it's important for us as parents not to be stupid, not to be selfish. Go ahead and if we have a daughter who's struggling with her low-paying job, go put some money in her bank, but tell her not to spend it. And go buy her some property so that she won't get into a situation where she has to rely on the shelter system. Have a nice day.